Think you're doing everything right with your indoor plants? You water them regularly, give them sunlight, maybe even talk to them a little. But what if I told you the way you're watering them is actually the reason they're slowly dying? It sounds crazy, but it's true. The biggest mistake plant lovers make isn't neglect, it's too much care. Overwatering kills more houseplants than anything else, and the worst part is, it doesn't look like a mistake at first. Your plant starts drooping, the leaves turn yellow, and what do most people do? They water it even more. That's exactly how the problem gets worse. If your plants have ever randomly died and you had no idea why, this video is going to change everything. Because today, you're going to learn the exact way to water your plants properly. No guessing, no strict schedules, no confusion. I'll show you the hidden signs your plant is giving you right now, the difference between overwatering and underwatering, and a simple method that works for almost every indoor plant. By the end of this video, you'll never accidentally kill a plant with water again, and your indoor jungle will finally start thriving instead of just surviving. Section 1. The biggest watering mistake. Let's start with the biggest myth in plant care: watering on a schedule. You've probably heard advice like, water every 2-3 days, or once a week. It sounds simple and helpful, but in reality, it's one of the worst things you can do for your plants. Here's why. Plants don't follow calendars. They respond to their environment. The amount of water your plant needs depends on several factors: how much light it gets, the temperature in your room, the humidity level, the size of the pot, and even the type of soil you're using. A plant sitting in sunlight will dry out much faster than one in a dark corner. So when you water on a fixed schedule, you're ignoring all of these variables. And that's how overwatering happens. When soil stays wet for too long, the roots can't breathe. Yes, roots need oxygen too. Without it, they begin to rot, and once root rot sets in, it's very hard to save the plant. What makes this even trickier is that the symptoms of overwatering often look like underwatering. The leaves droop, the plant looks weak. So people assume it needs more water, but in reality, it's already drowning. Understanding this one mistake is the first step to becoming a better plant parent. Because once you stop watering blindly, you start paying attention, and that's when your plants truly begin to thrive. Section 2. Overwatering versus underwatering. Now let's clear up one of the most confusing parts of plant care: telling the difference between overwatering and underwatering. At first glance, they can look very similar. Both can cause drooping leaves, discoloration, and a generally unhealthy appearance. But if you look closely, your plant is giving you very clear signals. Let's start with overwatering. An overwatered plant often has yellowing leaves that feel soft or mushy. The stems may become weak, and the soil might stay constantly wet or even develop a bad smell. In some cases, you might notice fungus or mold on the surface. These are all signs that the roots are sitting in too much moisture. Now compare that to an underwatered plant. Instead of soft leaves, you'll see dry, crispy edges. The soil will feel hard and pull away from the sides of the pot. The plant may droop, but it will look thin and lifeless rather than swollen or mushy. Here's the easiest way to tell the difference. If the soil is wet and the plant looks sick, it's overwatered. If the soil is bone dry and the plant looks weak, it's underwatered. And here's something important most people don't realize. Plants can recover from underwatering much faster than overwatering. So if you're ever unsure, it's actually safer to wait a little longer before watering again. Learning to read these signs is like learning a new language. But once you understand it, your plants will practically tell you exactly what they need. Section 3. The right way to water. Now that you know what not to do, let's talk about the right way to water your plants, the method that actually works. Step 1 is simple. Always check the soil before watering. Instead of following a schedule, use your finger. Stick it about 2-3 centimeters into the soil. If it feels dry at that depth, it's time to water. If it still feels moist, wait a little longer. This small habit alone can save most houseplants. Another trick is to lift the pot. It might sound strange, but it works. Wet soil is heavy, while dry soil is noticeably lighter. Over time, you'll get a feel for the difference. Now let's talk about how to water. Many people make the mistake of giving their plants small amounts of water frequently. But this only wets the top layer of soil and encourages weak, shallow roots. Instead, water deeply. Pour water slowly until it drains out from the bottom of the pot. This ensures that the entire root system gets hydrated. And just as important, don't let your plants sit in that excess water. Always empty the tray underneath after watering. Deep watering followed by proper drying is the secret to strong, healthy roots. Once you switch to this method, you'll notice a big difference. Your plants will grow faster, look greener, and become much more resilient. Section 4. Pro tips most people ignore. If you really want to level up your plant care, these small but powerful tips can make a huge difference. First, always use pots with drainage holes. This is non-negotiable. Without drainage, excess water has nowhere to go, and root rot becomes almost inevitable. Next, pay attention to your environment. Plants in bright, warm spaces will need more frequent watering, while those in low light or cooler rooms will need less. Adjust your watering habits based on the season as well. Plants typically need less water during cooler months when growth slows down. Humidity also plays a role. If your home is very dry, your plants may dry out faster. Grouping plants together can help create a more humid microclimate, which many indoor plants love. Another often overlooked tip is soil quality. Well-draining soil allows water to flow through easily, preventing roots from sitting in moisture for too long. If your soil stays wet for days, it might be time to repot with a better mix. And finally, don't panic at the first sign of a problem. Plants are more resilient than you think. Observe, adjust, and give them time to recover. These small changes might seem simple, but together they create the perfect environment for your plants to thrive instead of just survive. So here's the truth. Watering your plants isn't about following rules. It's about understanding them. Once you stop treating your plants like a schedule and start treating them like living things, everything changes. You'll notice the signs earlier, respond better, and build a real connection with your indoor jungle. And the best part? You don't need fancy tools or expensive products. Just a little attention, a little patience, and the right technique. If you've been struggling with dying plants, overwatering, or just feeling confused about what your plants actually need, this is your turning point. From now on, no more guessing. No more accidental plant deaths. Just healthy, thriving greenery that transforms your space and your mood. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more simple, powerful plant tips that actually work. And I want to hear from you. Have you been overwatering or underwatering your plants? Drop your answer in the comments below. Because trust me, once you fix this one habit, your plants will never be the same again.